He chose me. Is that supposed to impress me?
The champagne flute in Elena's hand trembled, the crystal catching the harsh light of the penthouse chandelier. Across the polished marble island, Chloe leaned back, her silk robe slipping intentionally off one shoulder. She looked like a woman who had already won, her eyes scanning the room as if she already owned the deed. "Julian said you'd be difficult," Chloe whispered, her voice a sharp contrast to the soft jazz playing in the background. "He said you'd cling to the furniture like a ghost haunting a house that doesn't want her anymore." Welcome, story lovers. Before we begin, hit like and let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. Elena didn't look up. She focused on the condensation dripping down her glass. The betrayal wasn't the affair itself that had been a slow-motion car crash she'd watched for months, but the casualness of Chloe's presence in her kitchen. "He's in the shower, Elena. Don't make this harder by pretending you didn't see the divorce papers on the desk." "I saw them," Elena said, her voice a low, steady hum. "Then sign them. He's tired of the performance. We both are." Chloe stepped closer, the scent of Julian's expensive cologne clinging to her skin like a brand. She reached out, her manicured finger tracing the edge of Elena's wedding ring. "Okay, it's just a piece of paper, honey. Why hold on to a man who stopped looking at you 3 years ago?" The bathroom door creaked open, steam billowing into the hallway. "Chloe, did she?" Julian froze. Julian stood in the doorway, a towel draped around his waist, his face hardening as he locked eyes with Elena. The power dynamic in the room shifted instantly, the air thickening with years of unspoken resentment. "I didn't expect you back until tomorrow," he said, his voice devoid of any apology. He walked over to Chloe, placing a possessive hand on her waist, a gesture intended to twist the knife. "Since you're here, let's finish this. The settlement is more than generous, Elena. Take the money and find a life that actually fits you." Elena looked at the heavy manila envelope resting on the marble. She felt the familiar sting of tears, the old urge to beg for an explanation. But then she looked at Chloe's smug grin. The mistress wasn't just taking her husband, she was auditioning for the role of the new queen. "You've been planning this for a long time," Elena remarked, her fingers brushing the edge of the documents. "Business is about efficiency," Julian snapped. "Our marriage stopped being a business long ago. It's just a liability now." He shoved a fountain pen toward her, the gold nib glinting under the recessed lighting. "Sign it. Let Chloe start the renovations she's been dreaming about." Chloe giggled, a sound that grated against the silence. "I really hate this backsplash, Elena. It's so traditional." Elena picked up the pen, the weight of it heavy in her palm. This story is touching your heart? Subscribe now. More real, powerful moments like this are coming, and the next one is unforgettable. Elena uncapped the pen, the ink dark and ready. Julian exhaled a sigh of relief, his posture relaxing as if a heavy burden were finally being lifted. "Smart move," he muttered, reaching for a bottle of scotch. "Now we can all move on without the theatrics." Chloe leaned over Elena's shoulder, her breath hot against Elena's ear. "Make sure the signature is legible, darling. I'd hate for the bank to reject it because you were shaking too much." Elena's hand hovered over the signature line. She didn't sign. Instead, she slowly flipped back to page 14, the section regarding the asset liquidation and holding transfers. Her eyes scanned the fine print she had studied with a private investigator weeks ago. Julian didn't know she had found the offshore accounts. He didn't know she knew the penthouse was actually in his name, but held by a shell company she technically controlled through her father's estate. "What are you doing?" Julian asked, his glass stopping halfway to his lips. "It's a standard exit clause. You get the house in the Hamptons and the trust fund. Just sign the damn thing." "I was just looking at the date," Elena said quietly. She looked up, a cold, sharp clarity replacing the fear in her eyes. "You see, Julian, You spent so much time trying to replace me that you forgot who built the foundation. The front door chimes echoed through the foyer. Two men in dark suits stepped inside. Julian dropped his glass, the scotch staining the white rug like a spreading bruise. "Who the hell are they?" he demanded, pulling his towel tighter. The men didn't answer him. They looked directly at Elena. "Ms. Thorne, the audit is complete," the lead investigator stated, holding up a folder. Elena finally pressed the pen to the paper. With a swift, elegant motion, she signed her name not on the signature line for the divorce, but across the top of the asset freeze notification. Chloe's smile vanished. "What is this?" "Julian, do something." "I am doing something," Elena said, standing tall as the power shift reached its peak. "I'm reclaiming my name. You see, Julian, the generous settlement you offered was bought with my family's capital. I didn't sign your divorce papers. I signed the authorization to seize this property and every account linked to your firm." She slid the folder toward Chloe, who stared at it in horror. "The backsplash is yours to keep, Chloe, along with the debt. The firm filed for bankruptcy 10 minutes ago." Julian lunged for the papers, but the investigators stepped between them. The man who had once loomed so large now